Hey everybody, just wanted to come on and give my thoughts about Skeleton Crew, the new Star Wars show on Disney Plus. I watched the 2 episode premiere last night and just wanted to come on and give a few thoughts. Really enjoyed it so far. I feel like it's really doing a good job of capturing that kind of, Goonies vibe to it, with the kids going out on this grand adventure. Uh, it is not without its faults, and we'll get into that in a moment. But there's quite a bit to like there. I think that they do a good job setting up the pirates as an actual threat with that opening sequence, with the pirates raiding a New Republic cruiser. Uh, I like that they've brought back in uh, the werewolf alien species that was in the cantina in the original Star Wars. I believe they're called Shistavanins, but I'm not 100% on that because there's another werewolf species in Star Wars, Devils, that are very similar, and he's got the red eyes like a devil, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure on that. They didn't really clarify. Either way, he is cool, and I like him. I like that they brought in that character. Uh, but they do a really good job of setting up the pirates as an actual lethal threat, which seems a little tough in Star Wars these days, of really setting up a good, you know, threat for the main characters. So I'm really liking these guys. Uh, the kids are fine, as child actors go. Um, in the first couple episodes, the two mains feel a little annoying, Wim and Fern. Uh, you know, yeah, I don't so much put that on them. They do fine performance wise. You know, I put that more on the fact that, and this gets into my main detraction about the show. Again, this feels like a show that was shot as a 2 to 3 hour movie, and then they just went through and arbitrarily cut. And you really start to get that vibe with the end of the second episode where it kind of builds to a point and then abruptly just cuts. Uh, and so when you start off with characters that are kind of antagonizing each other, it can come off really annoying. Um, and in a movie, you can immediately start building towards shifting that perception. Whereas in a show, you're having whole gaps where you're just sitting with that impression of like these two are kind of obnoxious. I don't know if I like them, you know. Um, so that's kind of my main kind of complaint there. Um, Again, is that we have that weird pacing like we saw in Acolyte, and its impact on characters who right now are kind of set up as kind of obnoxious, but you know they're going to shift and be more likable as the show goes on. But it makes it tough when it's in a show format because you're not getting that flow. You're not getting that immediate flow. And if it maybe had been dumped all at once so you could binge it all the way through, it probably would work a little better. But as of now, that's a main point of contention, is you're kind of looking at these two main kids and just kind of like, whew, they're a little annoying. Uh, I do like the mystery they're setting up around the planet at Atten. I like the fact that either people haven't heard of it, or if they have heard of it, it's in this kind of mythical, like, ooh, that's the like treasure planet of eternal riches. So I do like that, and I like that they're also doing a good job of foreshadowing that something isn't quite right with the planet during the scenes on at Atten. Um, there's just a certain way they're shooting things. You don't see a lot of real human adults. You really only see like two. Uh, and the droids that they have, these kind of security droids that have like the camera faces, like it's really kind of off-putting. And obviously that is a clear design choice to make sure like that when you see these security droids that have like security camera heads, that you're kind of put off by it. You're kind of like, oh, like that doesn't seem quite right. I like when they show the sky and the barrier, that you see this kind of cloudy aurora looking thing, but then you see these little red light grid, that's up hidden in there. So really setting up that like, oh, something's not right here. Um, I like the way that they call out that this planet is somehow connected to the old republic. Um, when pays for the food, and they start talking about how'd you get like mint condition old republic credits, thus deepening the mystery there. So far, a lot to like across these two episodes. A couple of main detractions there in how they've set up the two kids and how that would work better in a movie format as opposed to this TV show where you're kind of stuck sitting with the fact that they come off kind of annoying in the first couple episodes. Um, and that pacing, man, that pacing is rough with those abrupt cuts. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I'm definitely going to keep up on it, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. It is certainly night and day compared to The Acolyte, which when I finished watching that, kind of really started dipping down in my estimation. You know, I originally, you know, at the end of watching the last episode, especially with the stingers that they did for Plagueis, the stingers that they did for Yoda, you know, had my Star Wars fanboy brain, way up here. But then after sitting on it for a few days, it dipped down to like a 2.5, a 2 uh, overall. I'm feeling pretty good on this one, that this one's going to, really, kind of have a level of consistency all the way through, that by the end, I'm hoping we're going to have a really good Star Wars show that really ages well after you get done watching it. So definitely recommend it. Let's hope for the best on this one because it is off to a good start. And I'll see you on the next video.